Mabuhay Manila, this is Ishadel from ManilaShaker.com, and we're back with a comparison video, and this time we will compare the latest entry-level smartphones, the Tecno Camon 17p versus the realme C25s. They both have the same chipset and the same IPS panel but with different configurations and resolutions. They both have excellent specs for the price. But which device is great for gaming, entertainment, and camera? Let's find out. Let's start this comparison video with their respective prices. The realme C25s and Tecno Camon 17p are priced at 8,490 pesos with less 2GB of RAM on realme C25s, but it offers a lower variant of 4GB plus 64GB with 1,000 pesos less. In this video, we will tell you which phone to get depending on your preference. First, both devices have USB Type-C, IPS LCD panel, the same chipset MediaTek Helio G85, and the same 18-watt charging. But on their design, they have a distinctive look. On Tecno Camon 17p, it is simple and smooth with a matte finish. It has a vertical camera module and a reflective Tecno Camon branding, and it has a bit of aesthetic. In contrast, the realme C25s has a geometric design line pattern that adds grip. It also has a shiny back while still preventing fingerprint smudges. The camera module is in a square shape and it has a triple camera setup, while the Camon 17p on the other hand has a quad camera setup. They both have the same set of lenses, main, depth, and macro. And while the fourth lens of the Camon 17p is, I believe, an AI camera. Meanwhile, they both have the same volume rocker and power button location, but the Camon 17p offers a side-mounted fingerprint scanner integrated inside the power button, while the realme C25s has it on the back. All offers USB Type-C, headphone jack, and a SIM tray with dual SIM slot and expandable storage slot. The design and build on both phones have different qualities and characteristics, and realme C25s offers more user-friendly build thanks to a much better grip and multiple coatings. But things are different when you see the front side. Tecno Camon 17p is more aesthetically pleasing, having a punch hole cutout instead of an outdated dewdrop notch. The bezels, especially on the chin, are also smaller than the realme C25s. And since we are talking on its front side, realme C25s display boasts a 6.5-inch IPS LCD with HD Plus display, while the Tecno Camon 17p has a larger 6.8-inch IPS LCD screen and a full HD Plus resolution. Clearly, the display on the Tecno Camon 17p has more pixels than the realme C25s. For us, realme C25s is denser due to the small screen and the compact UI design. But there's no doubt that Tecno Camon 17p is sharper. Now the thing here is the screen's white balance is quite off on the Tecno Camon 17p, while on the other hand, realme C25s is warmer and brighter. It also has a screen color temperature settings to improve the visual further. Both have a dark mode and the same true-to-life color reproduction due to its LCD. So even realme C25s got the 720p resolution, it has tweaks on the settings to further improve the visuals. However, I wish that one of these phones have the characteristic of the other so we can easily say which has the best quality. I favor the entertainment side of the Tecno Camon 17p more because it has more pixels, which means it is sharper. I wish it also had more display settings like the realme C25s to tweak and enhance the display quality for a better viewing experience. Now moving forward to their cameras. The realme C25s only has a triple camera setup, 48 megapixel f1.8 main cam, 2 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel depth. While the Tecno Camon 17p on the other hand consists of the same macro and depth but with higher 64 megapixel on its main cam. It also has another lens for AI camera to aid each photos. The main cam of both phones output great color reproduction. Realme C25s outputs inconsistent saturated images. Colors are quite distinct as well on the normal mode due to white balance detection. Realme C25s output cooler tone while Tecno Camon 17p outputs warmer tone, making it more alive. It has more exposure sometimes, but the HDR mode has good processing. But dialing down the exposure value on the viewfinder will give Tecno Camon 17p more accuracy to the exposure, but nonetheless, the shadows are deeper on the realme C25s. This will remove details while Tecno Camon 17p is more contrasty. Sharpness is an advantage to the Tecno Camon 17p thanks to the higher megapixel. It has more details when cropped, and the realme C25s is quite over-sharpened. Now for nighttime shots, again Tecno Camon 17p still has a warmer output, and it is sharper than the realme C25s. I can't deny that the realme C25s output a boost in color reproduction when shooting night mode, but the color temperature and sharpness is the other important role when shooting at night, and it gave the Tecno Camon 17p an impressive output. As for portrait mode, both have good sharpness and exposure, but again white balance is a very distinct quality on both phones. Realme C25s still has a cooler tone, while Tecno Camon 17p outputs a more natural, warmer tone, and it gives more boost in the overall picture. The subject to background separation, on the other hand, is a hit and miss on the Realme C25s, while Tecno Camon 17p looks more natural. As for macro shots, again warmer tone on the Tecno Camon 17p, which is great. Both have acceptable sharpness, but Tecno Camon 17p still looks more natural. Switching to selfies, this time around realme C25s outputs flattering selfie on daylight. Both skin tone color is quite drastic, with warmer skin tone on realme C25s and pinkish skin tone on Tecno Camon 17p. The shadow is more noticeable on the Tecno Camon 17p, making my face looks less clean. Both have low accuracy when separating the subject to the background. Still, the blur on the realme C25s is great. Now things are different when taking nighttime shots. Selfies on the Tecno Camon 17p are a lot cleaner, sharper, and brighter. This is because it has an ultra night selfie on the front cam, which is a nice return. For video recording, Tecno Camon 17p records up to 2K resolution for both selfie and rear, while realme C25s can capture up to 1080p at 60fps on the rear and 1080p at 30fps on the front. For camera features, Camon 17p has more fun and entertaining features such as film mode, beautification, beauty body, super night, AR shot, short video, ultra HD, slow motion of 120fps and 240fps, but both in 720p. While the realme C25s has all it needs, a slow motion 720p and expert mode, and so on. This clearly the Tecno Camon 17p has more capability in its camera thanks to its AI cam that helps the lenses accurately detect white balance. It also has more features for more flexibility, although realme C25s still have good features needed for day-to-day use, but quality-wise, Tecno Camon 17p is more favorable. Heading to their performance, both phones are equipped with the gaming chipset MediaTek Helio G85 with 12nm architecture. The performance will vary on the software, display resolution, storage setup, heat on the device, and many more. There are more RAM on the Tecno Camon 17p, but here's the thing. I know most of you already knew that the 720p resolution gives more air for the chipset to breathe, as it will process less graphic computation than the 1080p. But it will sacrifice visual experience, and in our benchmark scores, realme C25s are higher in numbers. While for their gaming performance, they both have the same graphic quality and FPS setups, but upon testing each game, the realme C25s are ahead of a few frames. In Mobile Legends, the realme C25s is more stable than the Tecno Camon 17p. The same when playing PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty Mobile. Realme C25s also has a high performance mode which will further improve the performance. It also has game space that improves network and performance with features on it that will add more gaming experience on a budget. This is the capability of the realme C25s, but how about the Tecno Camon 17p? Well, it can game with a few frame drops but not to the point that it is not playable. Now, moving to software, both have Android 11 OS with Realme UI 2.0 on the Realme C25s, while iOS 7.6 on the Tecno Camon 17p. The Camon 17p have the advantage in its software, and more RAM means more room for multitasking experience. And the Tecno Camon 17p shows better when browsing and navigating the UI. Now this is when Tecno Camon 17p stands out more than the Realme UI. We favor more on the design and customization of the Realme UI. It is light and simple, but in terms of features, the Tecno Camon 17p OS has huge advantages, and we saw many useful features such as tap to wake, music gesture, flip to mute, 3-finger screenshot, raise to ear, and so on. Realme C25s also has a double tap to turn on the screen. It also has a smart sidebar and assistive ball. But Tecno Camon 17p is more responsive. It has a bit of graphic information that is easy to read and understand, but we wish that the design would improve just like the simple trait of the Realme UI. But practically, we can do more on the Tecno Camon 17p. Moving on to the battery, the Realme C25s clearly has an advantage due to its larger 6000 mAh battery. It endures more, especially it has 720p resolution, and again we are talking about practicality here, but I do favor more on the 1080p screens. Now surfing and gaming, Realme C25s endures 9 hours and 30 minutes, while Tecno Camon 17p endures only 6 hours and 40 minutes. Now, if you think of this, Tecno Camon 17p can endure more if you only binge watching Netflix or YouTube, browsing on Instagram, or just use social media rather than gaming. Now, what's the deal here? To wrap things up, if you want longevity or prolonged use while gaming, go for the Realme C25s. You will sacrifice some RAM and some AI enhancement on its camera, but it will give you much more ease in gaming. Besides, it has expert mode on its camera feature, so you can still do more outside its capability. If you want more RAM for better multitasking, more viewing experience for entertainment, and offers more functions and features in its UI, I suggest you pick the Tecno Camon 17p. Both have gaming prowess and can play games, but Realme C25s favors more hardcore gaming on a budget, while Tecno Camon 17p is the better choice for entertainment needs. Again, for 8,490 pesos, you'll get the same storage but lower RAM configuration, but it is enough for gaming without interruption. While the Tecno Camon 17p priced the same at 8,490 pesos with 2GB more RAM. And that's a comparison between the Tecno Camon 17p versus the Realme C25s. What do you think is best for you? Comment it down below. And this is the end. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Aisha Deland. Mabuhay, Manila!